Hi, this is Steve. Welcome to The Walk. Episode, 7? I think. Anyway, I'm just in the local area again. It's cold, it's rainy. I don't really have a lot planned. I will solicit again comments from y'all as to what I should chat about during these things. I'm sure that everyone is just dying to hear my quote wisdom on all of this stuff, whatever this stuff is that I try to do. This morning on Facebook, I was talking about my past as a biker, quote unquote. Not that I really ever was, but I did ride motorcycles for a bunch of my life. Haven't now for about 10 years. Own some really righteous iron, some old school style choppers in the past, but no longer, and have not ridden 10 years. I miss riding. I rode actually from the time I was a kid. Well, not a kid. I did not ride motorcycles from the time I was a kid. I wanted a motorcycle from the time I was, maybe about 8, 9, or a mini bike, I guess then, or a go-kart, maybe a go-kart, then a mini bike. I co-owned a go-kart with a friend. It's his go-kart, but we took the engine off of my lawnmower, my family's old lawnmower, and put on his go-kart because there was trouble with the engine that the go-kart had, and we rode it around, but it was his, not mine. I was probably the major point of disobedience with my mom was to get a motorcycle when I was still a teenager, graduated from high school, but I was commuting a whopping quarter mile to junior college. And somehow I talked myself into disobeying my mom. Probably the worst thing I ever did to not honor her after my father died was I came home with a little 100cc twin Yamaha motorcycle, convinced that, this was better than my car, walking, or bicycle to go to school every day, a quarter of a mile away to the junior college. So I did it. She disliked the entire idea. She sort of held a grudge, actually, a little bit, about my riding for most of the rest of her life. But I, of course, started riding larger and larger bikes. A year later, I was riding a big, really fast motorcycle. I continued to ride. I even went on a couple of long trips during her lifetime as an adult. But she always was worried whenever I was out on it, and understandably so. I was her only child, and I can really understand her position now as an older adult. If I would have had a kid, I would have been just as worried as she was. But I survived. I really never crashed. Anyway, I had some fun. I met a lot of friends. I have always been a bit of a loner, but I felt rather accepted into, quote, biker society. I rode a lot with Christians who rode motorcycles because I discovered that there were Christian bikers in those days. Those days being the mid-late 80s into the early 90s. But there were a lot of really cool people who rode, who were not, didn't identify as Christians as such, and lived the lifestyle, quote unquote, of a biker. I really found, at least in that era, which maybe has changed, a tribe, I would call it, to belong to. the people that accepted people who were a little counterculture and a little weird and didn't fit in elsewhere. I was accepted in that world, and I'm forever grateful for the adventures I had and things I did, which didn't include all of the normal things you think of in terms of being a biker. I just rode with people, went to runs and so forth, did not party, did not drink, did not drug, avoided sex, drugs, and rock and roll in that aspect of life too. But well, anyway, there's my life as a biker. Just a short glimpse for something to talk about on a rainy day before the raindrops start to fall again. See you later. Bye.